paso, día a día, la esperanza es mi guía. Nueva vida, nuevo hogar. Este sueño voy a realizar con orgullo y con honor. Mi futuro voy a forjar. La fe me impulsa, no me detendrá nada ni nadie, yo lo lograré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera. Con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Yo puedo, lo lograré. Yo puedo, yo lograré el sueño que late en mí. Con fuerza y determinación, ciudadano me convertiré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera. Con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Paso a paso, día a día, la esperanza es mi guía. Nueva vida, nuevo hogar. Este sueño voy a realizar con orgullo y con honor. Mi futuro voy a forjar. La fe me impulsa, no me detendrá nada ni nadie, yo lo lograré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera. Con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Yo puedo, lo lograré.
$128 Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, Questions 1 to 20. What is the form of government of the United States? Republic. What is the supreme law of the land? U.S. Constitution. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. Forms the government. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? Self-government. How were changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Amendments. What does the Bill of Rights protect? The basic rights of Americans. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? "27. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says America is free from British control. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? Declaration of Independence. Name two important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Equality, liberty. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? Declaration of Independence. What is the economic system of the United States? Capitalism. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. Many documents influence the U.S. Constitution. Name one. Declaration of Independence. There are three branches of government. Why? Checks and balances. Name the three branches of government. Legislative, executive, and judicial. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? Executive branch. What part of the federal government writes laws? U.S. Congress. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? Senate and House of Representatives. Name one power of the U.S. Congress. Writes laws. (128) Civics questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 21 to 40. How many U.S. senators are there? (100). How long is a term for a U.S. senator? (6 years). Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? 2 years. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? To more closely follow public opinion. How many senators does each state have? 2. Why does each state have 2 senators? Equal representation for small states. Name your U.S. representative. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Mike Johnson. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Citizens of their state. Who elects U.S. senators? Citizens from their state. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Citizens in their congressional district. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Citizens from their congressional district. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because of the state's population. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? Four years. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? Because of the 22nd Amendment. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Donald Trump. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? J.D. Vance. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The Vice President of the United States. (128) Civics questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 41 to 60. Name one power of the President. Signs bills into law. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President of the United States. Who signs bills to become laws? The President of the United States. Who vetoes bills? The President of the United States. Who appoints federal judges? The President of the United States. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. President of the United States. What does the President's cabinet do? Advises the President of the United States. What are two cabinet-level positions? Secretary of Education, Secretary of Energy. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. What is one part of the judicial branch? Supreme Court. What does the judicial branch do? Reviews laws. What is the highest court in the United States? Supreme Court. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? Nine. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? To be independent of politics. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? John Roberts. Name one power that is only for the federal government. Print paper money. Name one power that is only for the states. Provide schooling and education. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? It states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. 128 Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 61 to 80. Who is the governor of your state now? What is the capital of your state? There are 4 amendments to the U.S. Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18 and older can vote. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? Citizens. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. Give up loyalty to other countries, defend the U.S. Constitution. How can people become United States citizens? Naturalize. What are 2 examples of civic participation in the United States? Vote, run for office. What is one way Americans can serve their country? Vote. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Required by law. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name 1 reason why. Required by law. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name 1. Freedom. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? American Revolution. Name one reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4, 1776. The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. Declaration of Independence. "128 Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, Questions 81 to 100. There were 13 original states. Name 5. New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina. What founding document was written in 1787? U.S. Constitution. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. James Madison. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. U.S. diplomat. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Father of our country. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Writer of the Declaration of Independence. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. Father of the Constitution. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana Territory. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Civil War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Emancipation Proclamation. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. Emancipation Proclamation. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are U.S. citizens? Fourteenth Amendment. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War I. (128) Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, Questions 101 to 128. Why did the United States enter World War I? Because Germany attacked U.S. civilian ships. When did all women get the right to vote? 1920. What was the Great Depression? Longest economic recession in modern history. When did the Great Depression start? The Great Crash, 1929. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. Why did the United States enter World War II? Bombing of Pearl Harbor. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. General during World War II. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Soviet Union. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. What did the civil rights movement do? Fought to end racial discrimination. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Fought for civil rights. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. Global War on Terror. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Cherokee. Name one example of an American innovation. Light bulb. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York Harbor. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there is one star for each state. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? Out of many, one. What is Independence Day? A holiday to celebrate U.S. independence from Britain. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. Independence Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day. What is Memorial Day? A holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. What is Veterans Day? A holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. (128) Civics questions for the naturalization.
Yo puedo, yo lograré el sueño que late en mí, con fuerza y determinación, ciudadano me convertiré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera, con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Paso a paso, día a día, la esperanza es mi guía. Nueva vida, nuevo hogar. Este sueño voy a realizar con orgullo y con honor. Mi futuro voy a forjar. La fe me impulsa, no me detendrá. Nada ni nadie, yo lo lograré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera, con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Yo puedo, lo lograré.
Six questions for the Naturalization Test 2025. Questions 1 to 20. What is the supreme law of the land? The Constitution. What does the Constitution do? Sets up the government. The idea of self-government is in the first three words of the Constitution. What are these words? We the people. What is an amendment? A change to the Constitution. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? The Bill of Rights. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Speech. How many amendments does the Constitution have? 27. What did the Declaration of Independence do? Declared our independence from Great Britain. What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? Life, liberty. What is freedom of religion? You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. What is the economic system in the United States? Capitalist economy. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. Name one branch or part of the government. Congress. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Checks and balances. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The President. Who makes federal laws? Congress. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and House of Representatives. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years? 6. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 21 to 40. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? 435. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? 2. Name your U.S. representative. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? All people of the state. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Because they have more people. We elect a president for how many years? 4. In what month do we vote for president? November. '28. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Donald Trump. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? J.D. Vance. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The vice president. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The Speaker of the House. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? The President. Who signs bills to become laws? The President. Who vetoes bills? The President. What does the President's cabinet do? Advises the President. What are two cabinet-level positions? Secretary of Education, Secretary of Energy. What does the judicial branch do? Reviews laws. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? Nine. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? John Roberts. Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 41 to 60. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? To print money. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? Provide schooling and education. Who is the governor of your state now? "44. What is the capital of your state? What are the two major political parties in the United States? Democratic and Republican. "46. What is the political party of the president now? Republican Party. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Mike Johnson. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18 and older can vote. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Vote in a federal election. Name one right only for United States citizens. Vote in a federal election. What are two rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? Obey the laws of the United States. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? 18 and older. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Vote, join a political party. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? April 15th. When must all men register for the Selective Service? At age 18. What is one reason colonists came to America? Freedom. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? Africans. Civics questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 61 to 80. Why did the colonists fight the British? Because of high taxes. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4, 1776. There were 13 original states. Name 3. New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? The Constitution was written. When was the Constitution written? (1787). The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. James Madison. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? U.S. diplomat. Who is the father of our country? George Washington. Who was the first president? George Washington. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? The Louisiana Territory. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Civil War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Slavery. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Freed the slaves. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Fought for women's rights. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War I. Who was president during World War I? Woodrow Wilson. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. Civics questions for the Naturalization Test 2025, questions 81 to 100. Who did the United States fight in World War II? Japan, Germany, and Italy. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? World War II. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Communism. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? Civil rights movement. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Fought for civil rights. What major event happened on September 11, 2001, in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Cherokee. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. Missouri River. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Pacific Ocean. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? Atlantic Ocean. Name one U.S. territory. Puerto Rico. Name one state that borders Canada. New York. Name one state that borders Mexico. California. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York Harbor. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there is one star for each state. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. When do we celebrate Independence Day? July 4th. Name two national U.S. holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yo puedo, yo lograré el sueño que late en mí, con fuerza y determinación, ciudadano me convertiré. Yo puedo, sí puedo, esta gran nación me espera, con la ayuda de Dios alcanzaré mi meta. Paso a paso, día a día, la esperanza es mi guía, nueva vida, nuevo hogar. Este sueño voy a realizar con orgullo y con honor. Mi futuro voy a forjar. La fe me impulsa.